Calvin Castine at Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's about 4:30 p.m. actually 4:28 at the moment, and we're here for CVAC cross country. The modified racers are about to begin. It's Northeastern Clinton being visited by Plattsburgh High School, in this case probably a lot of Plattsburgh Middle School, and Lake Placid, and here they go. At the modified level, the boys and girls run at the exact same time. Those of you who've seen our coverage before know we don't get a lot of the race, but we'll try to get the finishers, and hopefully the finishers will be done in a timely manner so that we can get the varsity. I've got to head out of here, head for Shazy for a soccer game, so a lot of things to cover here today, and typical day for Hometown Cable and yours truly. In fact, while I'm heading for the soccer game, shortly after I get to Shazy, Judy Castine will be heading for Champlain to cover the town of Champlain. September board meeting. There's moisture in the air. I can almost feel droplets falling here, but my hand feels almost moist. It feels a little damp. There's nothing but gray skies above us, and people aren't so much concerned about the rain, although I am with my camera, as they would be with the fact that it's supposed to be potential severe thunderstorms. So that could make a difference as to how much of this race is run and how much yours truly covers. It's breezy. Temperature was 70 degrees when I shut my vehicle off. Everybody running at their own pace. So it's Plattsburgh, Lake Placid, and Northeastern Clinton on this Tuesday, 10th day of September in 2013. There's our leader, and he has a substantial lead over the next nearest. We'll pick up the runners as they cross in front of that very nice looking building there over at the where the vineyard is there. Be a good place for a background. And we'll see how much of a lead he's got. Here come the next ones, should be coming into view right about there. Even though the boys and girls are running at the same time, they are separate races, but the numbers aren't so overwhelming that they can't keep track of all of them. And as we like to point out, there are several races going on here. You got at the boys level and the girls level, you've got Northeastern versus Plattsburgh, Northeastern versus Lake Placid, and Plattsburgh versus Lake Placid. So you've got actually 6 races going on. Those 3 events there: Northeastern Plattsburgh, Northeastern Lake Placid, Lake Placid Plattsburgh. And you've got them in boys and you've got them in girls. So there's 6 actual races going on at this very moment. About 2 years ago, Gordy Little and I did a program there at the vineyard, and found it very, very interesting, and they've grown a lot since then. Looks like our leader over there. There he goes. We're going to see how far he is ahead of the others, and then we'll head for another location so we don't get to the finish line too late. Well, there's our first 3 runners with more coming into view. They'll head down that way and around and about, and we'll head for the finish line, and that's where we'll pick it up.
Run! Come on,
Alright, here is our finisher here. Told you it wouldn't take us long, huh? Number 1. And let's see. Our camera went to 17 seconds. It's going to 27 seconds, about 9.5 seconds ahead of the second place finisher. And about, slow down to get to the end. Why do people do that? Oh, here we go. Here we got some guys running. They're going to max this out here. They're about 30 seconds or so behind the leader. That's the first Cougar, I think so. There's the first Cougar. I'm guessing he's a 7th grader. Modified. And 2 more. Looks like our first girl will be coming in here, right behind this guy. Hey, they're hollering for me. They're cheering me on. I'll be a guest as the first young lady, the first one I think I've seen. And we got some more, got some Cougars up on the top here. Heading on down. So hopefully they'll finish up in a timely manner here, and I can see that varsity race take off, and I can be out of here in about an hour from now. Head towards Shazy, head to Shazy for the Willsboro at Shazy girls soccer. Try to be fair to all of our schools and all of our teams. This is viewer-supported local television. Sure would make it a lot more fun if more of you would step up and support our efforts, folks. I would make just as much money as if I was here or I was sitting home relaxing. Unless you decide that, hey, he's covering cross country and I want to support that. There's a Lake Placid lady. Another Hornet lady. Whoops, stop to adjust her drawers there. You don't stop 10 yards from the finish line. Let's go. Come on there, hustle you. Oh boy. They don't make runners like they used to. Look at another one slow. Walking. What is wrong with these people? They walk. They are walking across. There we go. Look out. This guy better step on it here. He had some serious challengers. He better step on it. He's got some challengers here. Oh, he's going to slow down too here. What is the matter with these people? It's like they're 20 feet away and they think that that's the end here. There we go. There's a guy who's jogging right through to the end. All right. He knows the routine. All right, I see a blue bomber. And we got a Cougar. And I see another, looks like a blue bomber back there. And it's a blue bomber. I don't know if there's anybody else out on the course. Could be our finisher. Don't see anybody else out there. So until we hear otherwise, we're going to assume that she is going to wrap up the modified. Oh, she's going to walk. We got a bunch of walkers here. So I don't see anybody else out there. If anybody else does show up, we'll come back and record them. But for the time being, that looks like that's the end of the modified race. We see the varsity runners warming up, so they should be starting shortly. Don't go away. We are back, and like all the runners are there. In years past, they would start the boys, and a minute or so later start the girls. And we're going to assume that that's what they'll be doing here. They seem to be moving along at a pretty good clip here. I think the weather forecast has got everybody on the same page here to get this show on the road. So there's a lot less lollygagging around today. I don't think lollygagging has ever been a word of the day with Bill O'Reilly, but it's our word of the day today. David Cokes, the Cougar coach, has given the runners the instructions. The out-of-towners have familiarized themselves with the field. And of course it has to be laid out in such a way that people won't get lost out there. If somebody makes a wrong turn, obviously it's going to affect their race. And you can't assume that the leader is going to be from the home school. So we'd say 2 out of 3 times it's somebody from a visiting school. Here we come. There's a couple of posts here near us that you saw with the modified, that they will run through, funnel through that area. These are the boys. Plattsburgh leading. Cougar, Plattsburgh, Cougar, Cougar, Plattsburgh, Cougar. Then comes a bunch of Lake Placiders. This guy can't keep up here. How you doing, Tom?
No, I can't.
We put him in charge of the weather. I sometimes have been caught off guard following the boys. All of a sudden I hear a whistle and the girls have taken off on me, so that's why I'm keeping the camera running this direction, because I have a feeling they're not going to wait too long. And there they go. And yes, weather fans, that was Tom Messner who came jogging by. Oops. Don't get lost in the way here, girls. A couple of Lake Placid runners are running side by side. They said, what are we doing? What are we doing? We're leading the pack here.
Come on, Claire. Let's go, Claire. Get up there, Claire.
Well, there go the girls. The boys have a substantial advantage since they started out earlier. That's not the leader. There's at least one more up here. That is the Prospect Hill Road there. School's located on 276. We're looking north, just a couple of miles from the Canadian border. So we are going to change positions.
I'll let you know.
Okay, we are in the corner of the track area. Immediately behind us is the track. I think I got to decide how I'm going to put my tripod legs here. There we go. So you just saw the leader go by. And as you can see, he has a substantial lead over number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. One of these days, as I mention every year, somebody's going to invent numbers for cross-country and track uniforms, so that people like me can know who the runners are. I don't know if they feel that a number on the jersey, little tank top, would add too much weight to the runners, but nobody uses numbers. They think it's the Boston Marathon, where you got thousands of runners and it confused people, I guess. They came with a number on their, if you had, a number 3 from each squad, that people would get confused, I guess. So I don't know. It's going to take just someone who will say, hey, I'm going to put a number on our uniforms. And then within a decade, everybody will be doing it. Until then, if you don't know who the kids are, you don't know who they are. That's why I miss my old friend Frank Woodward so much. When it came to running, he seemed to know everybody in the Tri-County area. Wait a minute now. What's the story on that guy? It's supposed to be a school race. You don't see people doing layups during a basketball game, or out taking fly balls with the outfield in the warm-ups for baseball. So I don't know why we have a person who doesn't appear to be a high school student out running with the racers, but he was there. One thing we have learned is we don't mess around here very long. Once we see the first runner come around the corner to our left, we head out for the finish line. If we watch too many runners, once they cross this tree line over there.
Well, they're going to come. They're going to go around that. They're going to go a whole bunch. Thank you. All right, ladies, that's it. Go get it now. You like your own funny, work up and go get her.
It's like Tom Mesner is going to jog to the front there. He's determined he's going to see his offspring. We have been told that this is one of the most visible cross-country areas in the CVAC. That you can see the runners for a good portion of the race. And a lot of others, they disappear into a pile of trees and you don't see them until they start coming out. The northeastern course is pretty much wide open. There's just a small area where they kind of disappear into the trees up that way. Then, and of course they disappear over to our left because they've got a lot of ground to cover once they get there, but it's completely visible if you're in that area. Just that we've never ventured over into that area. If we did that, we'd never get back here in time to catch the finish of the race.
We got Tati. Good running, Tati. Keep going hard. Always smiling. I love it. Good.
A little windy, but low humidity. I would say all in all, a little, no, I would say low humidity. It's mid to low humidity, but with the wind you don't feel the humidity, but maybe you do more when you're doing a race and breathing heavily. So, but for the most part, I'd say it's pretty comfortable racing conditions. I think there's our second place man, unless he's taken over first. We'll definitely have an idea who's in first when they start coming down along this tree line, and that's where we'll pick it up next time in just a moment. We have our leader. There he is. There is our leader. And it's runners like him that are my main problem here, because they're so far ahead of the pack that I can't stick around to catch runners that are 3 minutes behind them, because if I do that, I'll miss the finish line when he crosses it. So it should be like stock car racing. You start behind, make him start at the end. He's got to at the best times, have him start at the end of the line. And he looks like he's got a substantial lead over everybody here. I don't see the number 2 runner yet. I haven't noticed the number 2 runner come into sight. So as you can see, he is way the hay in front of everybody. And because of that, I'm going to have to relocate, but we'd at least like to see the number 2. I think there's the number 2 just coming into view. There we go. There's number 2. So he's about a minute and a half behind number 1. And he has a lead over whoever's chasing him, which might be this fella here. So we'll watch this Cougar come around here, but we've really got to get going and get to that finish line. And there we go. He's that far ahead of this fella here. So now comes more of the pack. So time for us to head out and pick this up at the finish line. Jericho, whatever his last name is, his first name appears to be Jericho, and is the cream of the crop here today. He is about a mile ahead of the number 2 racer. We're a couple minutes behind the first runner, 2, 3, 4 minutes, I don't know. And here comes the number 2 runner. It's a Cougar.
Your problem solving, just don't be in a wow mood.
Turnover, Anthony. Let's go. 120.
Anthony, I wonder if this is Pichet.
You also have a study hall in the morning, probably. Homework will take 10 minutes. You'll throw up on the bus.
All right. And beat 20. 1947 or something. So keep that. Whoa, look out. All right. So it looks like a Messner here, doesn't he? Look out! These guys know. Tom's cheering everybody in here. All right. What you find in most of these races? Everybody cheering for everybody. Everybody cheering for everybody. Here comes another group. It's at 5:10 p.m. right now. I got a 6 o'clock game, so hopefully I'll be able to get the last finisher and the girls and still get out of here in time. All right. There comes a Cougar. Gavin.
Yeah, he's just kind of run up and everyone's going to be like 20 minutes behind.
Good job, Gavin. Come on, let's go. Push it. Don't look back.
He's more interested in looking over his shoulder than he is.
Good run.
Well, they finish a little stronger than the modified do there. He's slowing down. Why did people do that?
Go, Walker!
Yeah, Walker!
Come on, Walker! Go!
Somebody named Walker running here? What kind of a name is that for a runner? A runner shouldn't be named Walker. A runner should be named Runner.
Go, Walker! Go, Sam!
All right, is this the first girl?
Yeah, Nina!
Nina from Lake Placid, is she the first girl? I did have a view of that finish line here a moment ago.
Come on, Sammy! Go, Plattsburgh! Let's go, Sam! Come on, push it!
Go, Plattsburgh!
There we go.
Go, go!
This could be the first Cougar girl.
Behind you, Bobby!
She wants to beat him. Oh, another 10 steps. She would have had him. She would have had him.
Hey, Gabby!
This is Gabby from Lake Placid. Yeah, we got another fellow on the horizon here. And the runners really do come in off the horizon up there. Kevin?
All the way, come on! Hard to the end, let's go!
You know, I move down and this kid moves down. Every time I move, he moves a little further.
Let's go! Got this, you're almost
there.
Zach!
Go, Zach! Hey, Calvin!
Sprint, man! Go, Zach! Got this first!
Go, Zach!
guess his name is Calvin, so I guess it's all right.
Strong finish, PHS, yeah.
Go, PHS.
There we go. And next runner is up there and tight. And there's our runner coming into view. It's wet there. We've seen some people make some interesting steps coming down. I don't think we've ever seen anybody actually fall coming down that little hill, but can be interesting.
Push it! All the way through, Eli, all the way through.
If you've ever been here at Northeastern for a baseball game, this is deep left center field here.
I did it. Nice run, Eli, nice run.
Deep left center field. There's the pitching rubber. And now we got another couple folks coming into view.
You literally won. And the buses.
All right.
Go, Steven!
His name is Steven. Here comes Mackenzie from Plattsburgh. There's more. Truck must be lost. There we go. Oh, there was the mountain. Grab her with open arms. I'm sure the boys who are finishing now want me to point out that the girls started a minute or so behind them. So the girls who are finishing ahead of the boys that are running had to make up a minute or so before they could even be even. Abby from Plattsburgh. Here comes Gabby, not to be confused with Abby from Plattsburgh. Viewers supported local television, hometown cable. Who else is gonna come out here and cover this for you, huh? I know her. I know Rachel Arliss. Well, I got a few bunched up over here. Got some people just heading in another direction down that way, so not sure how far behind they are. Here we go. We got us a race. We got us a two-person race here.
Come on, Josh! Go!
Looks like the guy from Lake Placid is going to take it, but he's going to earn it.
Faster, faster!
Each looking at each other. Is the other guy going to give up? Hits. Oh, just a step ahead. The Lake Placid guy wins. Well, that's what we like to see. Somebody pushing it up toward the end here. Everybody should be pushing it like that, whether they got somebody they're racing against or not. Here in the last 100 yards, get yourself moving. I know her. Lauren White is finishing.
Yeah.
And more coming down.
I'm gonna get one of
Good run, Ethan. Good run. All the way. All the way.
There we go, Ethan.
Oh, Kevin, you saw my shorts. Oh, yeah.
Just right around it. Good job, Chris. Come on.
It was either that or
Chris.
All the way, Chris. All the way.
Chris from Northeastern.
I don't want to see him running in junior. That was the only thing.
Oh, we got us a race again here. Here we go. Plattsburgh girl past the Lake Placid girl. Pouring it on. All right.
You just won the Hunger Games!
That's what we like to see. Pushing at the end. Come on, keep pumping. A couple more steps though. She takes the last step and a half in a walk. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. And she does. She kept trotting all the way through. Alright, we got somebody in sight here, and I know we got at least 1 or 2 or 3 more back there.
Yes.
If you want to learn more about that vineyard over there, Gordy Little and I were there, I think it was 2 years ago, and did a nice story there. Took a little tour of the Northern Tier Vineyards, went to that place, which is owned by some folks from Montreal. Went to Amazing Grace in Chazy, Vesco Ridge. We'd already done stuff with Phil Favreau in the Scioto area. Alright, here comes another runner. I think that Taylor Jarvis. I don't know. Could be. It's Taylor. I think it's Taylor Jarvis, my guess. All right, and I got people that are just running around the back of that area there. Not sure how many times they make circles out that way. All right, here we go. PHS. Waving to her fans. Signing autographs. And we got somebody up at the top of the hill. Another one. This, I think, is Jaden Goslin. Look out. She's tiptoeing through the tulips there, coming down the hill. Krista Hoyt's giving chase. Oh, it's starting to look here at 5:23 and a half that I'm going to be able to make it in time to Chazy for the start of the 6 o'clock soccer game. Here comes Goslin. Keep pumping, there we go. And then Krista, and I think that will wrap it up. Pouring it on. Running, finishing strong. That's what we like to see. All right. So Krista White finishes, and that looks like it is it. They got a sweeper back there. Somebody running along with a bucket, picking up the runners that have dropped there. They got a bucket in front of that tractor, and they pick up the runners that have fallen and carry them in. Looks like his bucket's empty today. So that'll wrap it up. Hometown Cable's coverage of cross country at Northeastern Clinton Central School. It's been Plattsburgh and Lake Placid visiting the Cougars. Thanks for watching and supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable. Win, lose, or draw TV worthy of your support, Hometown Cable. Thanks for watching.